No, stop it. No, no, no. Oh, bloody hell. Hey guys, so today, if it's not obvious, I'm going to be talking about Harry Potter. I think that the most important issue should be spoken about in a British accent because I feel like there's nothing better in the whole world than a British accent. So I'm forever wishing I was British. Oh well. Anyway, so I'll be doing this whole segment in my British accent, so hopefully it's not too annoying. But I want to talk about Harry Potter, everything Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter so much. I am from Florida, so like I said in like every single video, but I do have year passes to Universal where the Hogwarts castle and the Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade, all of it's there, and it's amazing, and Butterbeer is the best substance you'll ever put in your mouth. Ever. But, so I'm Ravenclaw, and I'm definitely Ravenclaw because every single test that I've ever taken has put me in Ravenclaw. I even put that my favourite subject was lunch, and I still got put into Ravenclaw. So, I don't know how, I'm not that smart, really. But I'm more of the eccentric side of Ravenclaw. My friends always joke that I'll be the one stuck out of the dorm room because I can't solve the riddle, which is 100% accurate because I suck at riddles. But whatever. Anyway, so if you haven't been sorted, I definitely recommend it. You should do it on Pottermore. If you don't have a Pottermore account, then you should get one because it's amazing. They have like background information on all of the characters and the professors. One of my favorites is Professor McGonagall because I love her and it has her whole story and it's so sad. But it's bittersweet. It's good. It's so good. And you have the Ivermony houses, tale, like the legend, and it is a long read, but it's worth it. It's really good. I actually read it to my best friend because she was too lazy, but she liked it, and it is long, but it's good. So it's funny because everyone's like, you have to switch over now that there's an American wizarding school, and I'm like, no, I'm going to Hogwarts. Actually, I already went to Hogwarts. I'm alumni now. Technically. I have a letter. I do. So I was a little late to the party, honestly. Like, most people read Harry Potter in elementary school, but I don't like to be forced to do things. So because they were forcing me to read for AR, I wouldn't do it. I didn't like it. I love to be read to, and I love the stories, but I hated to read, so I definitely didn't read something as big as Harry Potter. My main books in elementary were like Junie B. Jones and a little bit of Nancy Drew. But when I got to middle school is when I really started reading a lot. And sophomore year of high school, I read Harry Potter. And don't hate me, but the reason behind reading it was, one, because my sister was reading it, and two, because, well, I saw the last movie in theatres, which I hate doing, and I'm always against people seeing the movie before reading the book, whatever, but I didn't have time to read them, and honestly, I really didn't want to at the time. I can't even believe I ever had that mindset, but my sister had just read them and she had watched all the movies and she was really excited because she wanted to go to the premiere of the Deathly Hallows Part 2, and she was like, please come with me, I don't want to go alone. And I was like, alright, I love premieres, I love being out late, I'm nocturnal and I love the movies, so why not? And I had seen a few of the movies, but they really didn't make sense, and they really don't make a lot of sense unless you've read the books, in my opinion. But so I went with her, and it was the best movie I've ever seen in theatres. We saw it in IMAX 3D, and like when Voldemort gets disintegrated basically at the end, and his ashes like fly everywhere, they were literally flying on you, and I was like, ew, ew, no. It was really gross, but really awesome. And so as soon as the movie was over, I was like, can I borrow the first book? And she was like, ha. And so that's how it all started, and I've been obsessed ever since. So for my Christmas present sophomore year, my sister actually surprised me with this owl and a little scroll attached to his feet. And she was like, "The post is here." And one of my friends dropped it from the balcony and it fell like near my head, almost knocking me out. Thanks, Katie. But anyway, I was like, what the heck? So I opened it and it said the Daily Prophet on top, and it had my picture, it had my mum's and my sister's picture, and it said I had reservations at the Three Broomsticks in Orlando. And I was like, what? What? Oh, it was amazing. That was the first time I ever went to Universal's Harry Potter World. So it was really great. And then me and my best friend ended up getting year passes this past year. So I'm excited because in March we're going back, and we like to dress up because we're weird. We're nerds, that's why. Big nerds. And last time we went was right before I moved to Colorado, and it was like our goodbye, going away, bye Hogwarts, I'll miss you type of trip. And she went as Dobby and I went as Harry, and I actually have a picture of us like presenting a sock to her, and it's really cute. Everyone liked it. But yes, it's amazing. If you can go there, I definitely recommend it. It's I love Disney too, but it's a lot more to do if you're grown up, I think. And if you like roller coasters, it's much better. The Hulk roller coaster is great, and the Dueling Dragons, you have to ride both because there's 2 Dueling Dragon roller coasters, and it's like the Triwizard Tournament theme, and you have to ride the red one and the blue because they're much different and they're both extremely fun. And a lot of people say that they like the new Gringotts roller coaster better in Diagon Alley than the one in at Hogwarts. But I don't know. It's a really hard choice because the ride in Hogwarts is like a simulator, and it's like you're flying and you are flying over the grounds of Hogwarts. It's amazing, and oh, it just feels so cool, and you're actually in the story and you're in the castle, and so it's just magical because Hogwarts is our home, and just being able to go home is magnificent. So it's really good. But Diagon Alley, you like walk through, the bricks are like parting for you, and you walk around the bricks and you just see it, and oh, it's just like you're stepping into the films or into the book inside your head. It's amazing. And you see all the stores, and the employees are always in costume, of course, and oh, it's so magnificent, and you're just like, this is where I belong. And only real fans of Harry Potter will understand what I mean when I say I go home when I go to Universal, but whatever. So it's amazing. And then the dragon blows fire every now and again. That's actually a really funny story. So I actually got to go to Hogwarts for free one day, but this was before I had my year passes. I went with my best friend Casey, who's a Slytherin, and she actually went there for her graduation grad bash, and then she met this guy who worked there, and he invited her to go to Universal for free because he could get in for free because he works there. So we both went, and it was really fun. And I forgot what I was even going to say. What was I going? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, it was a really fun trip. I completely lost my train of thought. Was I just confunded? Anyway, so I remember now. So the guy that we went to Universal with for free, he told us the reason why it doesn't go off every few minutes anymore. He told us that it roars now. Like when it shoots fire, it has to roar first, because before, when it would just quietly shoot fire, it kept killing birds, and the birds would fall on people. I don't know why, but I thought that was really funny. That would be so peculiar. Oh my god, it would be traumatizing to be at Universal and then have a dead roasted bird hit you in the head. Oh my god. So they had to add the roaring part, and they don't do it as often, but I thought that was really funny. Anyway, so it's amazing. The Hogwarts ride is a lot of fun because you get to go through like the Chamber of Secrets, the Forbidden Forest, all that, and just over the grounds of Hogwarts, and it's beautiful. But the Gringotts is awesome because you get to go through the magnificent bank of Gringotts Bank, and you get to ride the bank. Does that make sense? Like the, I don't know what you call it. You know, if you want to go get money out of your account, you have to like ride it, and it's a perfect basis for a roller coaster. But it's not really a roller coaster. It's like halfway a roller coaster and halfway a stimulator. But the whole time, Bellatrix is strange. Bellatrix. Oh, she's so scary. I love her though. Anyway, she is chasing you, and she's terrifying, of course, and so is Voldemort, and they're both chasing you. The scariest people in the whole film, basically, and they're chasing you the whole time, and they're like casting firing spells, and it's so wonderful. It's wonderful. And Bill Weasley is like guiding you the whole time, so of course you get your Weasley fun. Oh, I love them, and it's amazing. Please go. Like, it's definitely an experience I would recommend, but I might be a tad biased. I don't know, maybe a little. So this will not be my last video about Harry Potter by a long shot, because there's just too much to talk about overall. But I did want to clear up one thing before I leave this topic alone for today, and it's that even though the first book, I believe, is a 4th grade reading level, but they accelerate from there, and a lot of people say like, oh, aren't those children books? And I'm like, yes, they are children books. What about it? And they're like, well, wouldn't you rather read something a little bit for your own age? No. That is the #1 way to completely piss off any kind of Potterhead. No, they're not just for children, they're for all ages. I bugged my mom. I bothered her and picked at her until she would read them, and she did finally, just to get me to shut it, and she loved them, and she was like 45 when she read it. I might be really wrong about that number. I think I made her actually younger. I don't know. I don't remember. Sorry, Mum. But the point is she was older than me when she read it, and she loved it. It's a type of theme that you grow up with, which is great, but I think it's more important to read when you're older, honestly, because you miss a lot of the silly, inappropriate kind of humor when you read it as a kid, and you appreciate it more, really. Her whole writing style, the way she ties everything together. Again, that's a whole different subject, because I could talk about just the plots and the plot twist and the subplots for days, honestly. But the point is, it's not just for children whatsoever. It's for every single person that ever wanted to read them. Children, I think, I'm torn. I'm kind of glad I didn't read them as a kid, because I feel like I never would have read them again, you know what I mean? But now I reread them all the time, and I listen to the audiobooks and I watch the movies, and it's like, it's this world that you could just escape into, and it's really fun, and it's sweet. It's like you grew up with all these characters, and I feel like that's not something only children should experience. So those of you who still don't agree with me and think that they are children books and that I'm pathetic, well, no one asked your opinion, you foul, loathsome, evil little cockroach. Bye. So when I was looking through all the pictures, I realised that actually I've been to Universal's Hogwarts a lot. One year we actually surprised my friend Anna, who lives in Tennessee. We surprised her with a trip to Universal. It was so fun.
What is it?
Nuh-uh.
I want to see. Can I see?
Not even. Oh my gosh, are you kidding?
We kind of decided we don't want to go to the thrift store because it doesn't exist.
You made it up?
ASMR. No.
They did this. Did you get the shirt?
It was my idea.
Thank you.
It was so hard because you're like, I want to go so bad, and I'm like, ah!
No, because you're like, I'm sick of Universal.
I know. I was like, she's gonna think I'm a total brat.
You've been really playing it up like, oh yeah, we need to go. We did this and we did that.
Sitting in my bedroom, got to grab this and I gotta grab that. Got to grab my owl, got to go downstairs, seeing that I with pump juice potion, drinking on and on. Blimey, this is strange. Where are my friends? I am on my right hand, I am on my left hand. Where's the real Harry? Here. It's Deathly Hallows. Got to destroy a hawker.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed all the pictures and the stories about Universal. I'll talk to you guys next time. Watch out for Nargles.